that. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to another Super Metroid Randomizer Accessible Tournament match between Nevdi and Maisgueuh. This will be game number 3 of their match, so this is the deciding game, winner takes all. The first match was very, very close. It was Nevdi won it by 1 second. The last match, Nevdi had a little bit of issues in wreck ship, so he ended up losing by about 4 or 5 minutes, somewhere around there. But it should be fun to watch this one. I'm expecting a good race. Yeah, this is a pretty... Depending on where you live, it's... Well, I guess for Europeans it's very early. Not very early, I guess. It would be like, what, 9 a.m.? Something like that, 10 a.m., depending on where you live. But if you're in America, this is a very late / early stream. Australians is pretty normal time too, but should be a fun race. I know that Maisgueuh, I believe, is French, and Nevdi is Australian. So it's morning for Maisgueuh and night for Nevdi. And it looks like Redemption has been removed from the race in the SRL chat, so we should be getting started really quickly. And we are off. Looks like Maisgueuh takes a half-second lead on stream delay. And I believe both of these runners use Moonfall, so neither of them should get too much of an advantage early on. Maisgueuh having a little bit of issues with the parlor, not quite getting the Moonfall and down back. Both getting the climb Moonfall though, Nevdi not going for the weave Moonfall, not wanting to mess it up. And we will see Morph at Morphing Ball, the only item in this game that cannot be randomized, according to this logic. And we'll see if we get any early power bombs. At Awakening Missiles, we have missiles. There's no early power bombs yet. We'll have to see if we get some on the room to the right, or if we just have to head straight up to Bomb Chorizo to find our miss bombs slash power bombs. In the ceiling, we have just more missiles, so not that useful. And Maisgueuh even electing to skip them. I don't mind skipping them, to be honest. You're going to find a lot of missiles that are hard to skip along the way. And personally, I don't really like getting more than 25 or so missiles in SMRAT. So skipping missiles that you can skip really early can be alright. That being said, it can be a little bit annoying if you don't get supers early. If you don't get supers early, you need a lot more missiles just to basically deal with all the enemies that you're going to be dealing with, and all the red doors taking 5 missiles each. So it's pretty easy to run out if you don't get supers, but probably be fine. Both runners entering reverse bitless. Maisgueuh falling down a little bit in climb. Looks like Nevdi's going to be taking a bit of a lead here. It looked like Maisgueuh changed strats from wall jump climb to behemoth climb in the middle of that. Don't think I've really seen people do that. That's pretty interesting. And we have power bombs, a bomb chorizo, so this looks like a pretty much the most typical SMRAT seed you could see so far. And we'll see if Maisgueuh elects to skip 230 again. I believe that he skipped that last race. And he does. So if something good is here, then Nevdi could take a pretty big lead, but it's just missiles again, so that skip paying off for Maisgueuh. And at Terminator, we just have more missiles. There are a lot of missiles this seed so far. This is full randomizer, so anything could be anywhere. Trails. I was looking away and I didn't see what was that gauntlet, but Nevdi's gonna check really quick anyway. High jump was? Ooh, that's a good item. Okay, left item is an E-tank as well, so I'd imagine they'll probably push these runners up as long as they get one more power bomb pack, so that they can get that. High jump boots are one of the best luxury items you can find. Just makes the whole rest of the game so much faster. Yeah, this is what I was talking about from Maisgueuh. I got a power bomb drop. That is bizarre. Wow. Maisgueuh getting really unlucky there, not getting any missile drops, but that's what can happen when you don't pick up enough early missiles and you don't get any supers early. And still no supers, so this could be pretty interesting. With no supers, there are a couple of tricks that they can't make. Yeah, Ice Beam and Spring Ball. That's screaming suitless to me. Two very nice suitless Meridia items, although I don't expect either of these runners to do that. Although with High Jump at Gauntlet, If you find Grapple Beam, that's suit with Skull mode. You would also need to find Barrier, obviously, because just because you can do suit with doesn't mean that you'll be able to do Lower Norfair without Barrier suit. And Nevdi heading out of Brinstar Reserve area first. We'll see if he finds supers down here or if he has to just skip this item. Behind the supers at Edikuns. Yes, your vertical acceleration is much quicker with high jump boots. If I were Nevdi, I would kind of try to maybe farm a little bit on the way here. You're only at 5 missiles, so that's going to be pretty annoying. I actually maybe would have picked up those missiles for Nevdi. And just more missiles. So this seems like it's one of those intentionally trolly seeds where you gotta find those first supers at some point. And yeah, Nevdi completely out of missiles, finding that power bomb pack. And thinking about what's a gauntlet, we didn't see supers at the back of gauntlet, so that's not going to bail these runners out. More power bombs that charge missiles. So if there's nothing at charge, we'll have to see what the runners decide to do. Oh, but there are supers. Wow. That would have been super interesting. And Maisgueuh making a bit of a mistake here. Going into here, probably forgot that he needs supers to check this item. So yeah, realizing it now and heading out. But yeah, that was the last good place for a super to be. Otherwise, they would have had to make a decision on whether to go to Spore Spawn, save and go to Spore Spawn, to just head back, try to check like the front of Gauntlet, check Old Mother Brain, stuff like that. Check behind Morph. And Spore Spawn with supers as well, so they would have gotten bailed out if they had gone there. Yep, Spore Spawn is a soft lock if there are no supers there. That's, you want to take the save before you do that if you're attempting that. And Maisgueuh just skipping. Wow. Skipping Spore Spawn, skipping Wave Gate, skipping Mission Impossible. And skipping the Edikun Super, but I think that skipping the Edikun Super makes a lot of sense. Wave Gate, just more supers. And Maisgueuh needs to be very careful here. He's at enough energy that he'll be fine if he takes 1 hit, but 2 hits is going to be too much, I think. Yeah. And 1 hit would have put him at, like, 1 energy, which is not exactly where you want to be. Nevdi also going to have to be a little bit careful here. Should be fine, though. And we have a Wave Beam at Mission Impossible, so that's not the worst thing for Maisgueuh to have skipped, but it will be a good thing for Nevdi to find. So, especially if they find Charge Beam. Got double E-Tank at Billy Mays. And I like this a lot from Nevdi. Nevdi just electing to skip the Edikun's super item. I think that Nevdi's probably going to follow Maisgueuh here after he gets this missile. And go reverse meme route. I think it makes a lot of sense with power bombs at the back of Gauntlet. So And I figure that he thinks that Maisgueuh is pretty likely to do that, and I think Nevdi wants to do similar things to what Maisgueuh wants to do based on having talked to him. We have Maisgueuh going to be able to check Old Mother Brain in a second. And Maisgueuh turning off ice, I agree with this. I think that he probably should have turned it off even earlier if he was going to turn it off, but it's still, I think, worth it to turn it off there. Having ice on during the climb is very, very annoying. Having ice on in this room, Old Mother Brain room, is also very annoying, but yeah, there's been a ton of energy. Nevdi about to start finding that energy. And Maisgueuh is going to be checking 230. So this, I didn't talk about it this time. I talked about it last race. This is slightly faster to check 230 now than it was to check it early. And that's because you have to head down from Bomb Torizo to check it early, whereas you can just check it as you're heading up on the way. It only saves a few seconds, so most people like to check 230 the first time around, but it is a little bit faster to do it this way if you do end up routing like this. There could be a suit behind Fantoon, although even with the amount of energy that we've seen, it's very unlikely that there's a suit behind Fantoon that doesn't require another suit to get. And Nevdi forgetting... Yeah, Nevdi forgot Old Mother Brain was a location. It's not going to end up hurting him too much. There was just an E-Tank there, so it'll be fine, but hopefully he doesn't think about that later and be like, oh shoot, I forgot that item, I better check it. And he remembered, so... Yeah, now it's going to cost him a good amount of time. I'm not sure about Calm Curse. Just a missile at the front of Gauntlet. Not something that Maisgueuh wanted to see, but that's not the reason they went to Gauntlet. He went to Gauntlet for the back of Gauntlet. Ooh, and Nevdi, with that Ice Beam, deciding to do Behemoth Climb rather than turning Ice Beam off. That is a good decision if you can do Behemoth Climb. Maisgueuh electing to pick up the E-Tank as well as the high jump boots. So after Gauntlet, both runners will probably have 7 E-Tanks, already enough to do stand-up glitch. I'm curious if they'll continue to pick up E-Tanks. I know Nevdi has done Suitless for Norfer before. He might be thinking about it. 15 power bombs is actually a pretty reasonable amount at this point in the game. You can hope to kind of find some more. I wouldn't expect him to really be planning around that, though. Especially without any good movement items other than high jump for it at this point. And we'll see what Maisgueuh decides to do. He could go to Wreck Ship, he could go down Red Tower. It looks like he's electing to do Wreck Ship. Springbow is his only way across Moat. Unless he wants to CWJ. It looks like he's going for the Springbow jump, though. With high jump boots, it makes it a lot more annoying. I'd probably actually turn high jump boots off for this. Nevdi taking a bit of an acid bath doesn't really matter, given he's got so much energy. Yeah, it looks like Maisgueuh is turning off that high jump boots. At this point, I'd probably turn on Ice Beam again, and Maisgueuh gets that spring ball jump. Nicely done. I don't think there's that much that that Ice Beam is gonna really be annoying for Maisgueuh at this point. So I think that using the menu that you're already going to use to turn a high jump boots back on, to turn ice back on as well is a good thing. And Nevdi should be meeting up with Maisgueuh. Well, not meeting up with Maisgueuh, but going over to the wreck ship, I'd guess, as well, pretty soon. I actually wouldn't be shocked to see Nevdi elect to go down Red Tower instead. But I'd expect him to go to wreck ship more than I'd expect him to go down. And it looks like that's what he's doing, so I like this play. I'm expecting at least Nevdi, because I understand what Nevdi likes to do. I expect... Oh, wow. Nevdi not doing wreck ship. I was going to say I would expect him to bail on the top of wreck ship, but bailing on wreck ship entirely instead. So, at this point, the most likely outcome is either there's a suit in wreck ship and Maisgueuh wins, or there's not a suit in wreck ship and Nevdi wins. Given that, if Maisgueuh elects to bail on wreck ship, I think that's actually very good for Nevdi. Because it gives Maisgueuh less chances to find a suit up here, and I think that if he doesn't, then Nevdi's in the lead. There's a third possibility, which would be really interesting. If Gravity is in wreck ship, but Varia is down, and Grapple is also down, then Nevdi could do Suis Meridia, and I know that he likes to do Suis Meridia in these randos a lot. And Maisgueuh would have both suits, so that would be a pretty interesting race as well. We'll see. I think that this is the third round for Maisgueuh. We'll see if he gets the 3-round Phantoon. Nice right mid. Nope. Gonna be a 4-round. Ooh, we got the fast. And Phantoon down for Maisgueuh. Nevdi falls into Vileplume. Can get out your favorite Nevdi emotes if you have them in the chat. Another pretty interesting thing that could happen is a suit could be at Edikun Supers. That would be very bad, kind of for both of these runners, but it would be bad in a way that I think would probably equalize them. And Maisgueuh turning on that high jump boots, I agree with that. High jump boots, if you want to check wreck ship E-Tank, it makes the sponge bath room much, much easier. Yeah, I do think that if Maisgueuh leaves wreck ship after this, it'll still be a reasonably close race, but I think Nevdi is certainly in the lead in that case. but looks like Maisgueuh is at least going to check Wreckship E-Tank given the save. That item's going to be a little bit annoying. He might want to turn off high jump boots once he gets past Sponge Bath, just so that he can make the jump to the Wreckship, or to the E-Tank itself. Yeah, Suited Edikun Super would be very bad for both of these runners. I think a suit either has to be there, or where Nevdi's checking. Don't think there's anywhere else it could be. And yep, Maisgueuh is turning off this high jump boots. Makes sense. And it's just a super, so he's going to reset that. So actually, up here isn't in logic where Nevdi is, at Kraid, because those high jump boots aren't in logic. But there is a suit there. So given that there's a suit there, I expect that we're going to see something at high jump boots, either space jump, probably space jump, if I had to guess. It could be bombs plus screw attack or something like that. Well, no, bombs. Bombs would put that into logic too. So it could be bombs, it could be space jump. It could be speed plus screw. That would put Goblin into logic. Actually, it doesn't necessarily have to be here, because it could be at Edikun Super as well. If Nevdi's thinking about that, that would be something really interesting that he could piece together. But there is space jump, so this isn't logic. I was going to say, if Nevdi were thinking about that, he would know there would have to be something good at Edikun Super if there was nothing here. But it would be pretty unlikely to be able to make use out of that anyway, because even if space jumps at Edikun Supers, you're probably not going back for that. High jump is not very locked now. High jump requires screw attack plus either space jump, bombs, or speed. And it doesn't have any E-Tank requirements, it doesn't have any suit requirements, that's all it requires. And at Croc Escape, we have super missiles. I'm curious to see whether Nevdi will skip ice. Oh, he was thinking about it. He decided to check it. Yeah, Maisgueuh is definitely behind. There's definitely a lot of race to go, though. A lot of things could happen. I actually really like Nevdi's position, because I think Nevdi's better if a suit is down here, and I think that Nevdi's a lot better if a suit's in Wreckship. So... I think almost one of the worst case scenarios for Nevdi would be finding Grapple, because then he might want to do Suitless, and could get baited into that, and if he finds Grapple and Gravity is very close, then I think that would be bad for him. If he finds Grapple and Gravity's in Wreckship, then the Grapple will help him instead of hurting him. Yeah, Gravity could definitely be somewhere in Wreckship. With that Space Jump, all of Wreckship's in Logic. With Space Jump, very in Logic, and a bunch of E-Tanks in Logic, yeah. I actually have a feeling that it is in Wreckship, that's just kind of my guess, based on what the logic seems like it wants you to do. That space jump leading to wreck ship would be my guess, but it definitely could be down here. And it looks like Nevdi is probably just going straight to Lord Warfare. Oh, never mind. Normally I like to go around the other way to check that item, but he was just checking the item instead of going down. More power bombs there. Don't think that those are super useful. I'm not sure if that was an intentional pickup by Nevdi. I don't hate picking them up, but we have supers and supers at Norfair Reserve. So I think that that's a place you check almost no matter what before going to War Warfare. At least I think. We'll see if Nevdi decides to check speed and wave, and it looks like he is. I do like checking these in SMRAT. Gravity can't be in War Warfare, so checking this kind of stuff I think is good. Oh, Maisgueuh missing that crate quick kill. And Nevdi not picking up those supers on the way in. I'm expecting they'll pick them up on the way out, but he might skip them. Nope, he's just skipping them. Interesting. I would definitely pick those up. Lord Warfare is going to require a lot of supers. And picking up those supers is faster than farming, especially if you don't find Charge Team and end up needing supers at the end. Yes, Croc is in logic because Wave Beam was at Mission Impossible. And at Wave Beam, we have more supers, and Nevdi elects to pick those ones up. Ooh, Nevdi almost accidentally picked up those missiles. So I'd expect Nevdi to go down to War Warfare at this point. I think it's what makes the most sense for him. I think that the biggest danger for Nevdi at this point is he might skip Croc and go to Wreck Ship. That's the biggest thing I'd be worried about for him. Yep. Nevdi checked Bubble Mountain Missile, that was the first thing he checked. He laid the power bomb and checked it from the left side. Nevdi heading into the lava dive. With this much energy and high jump boots, it should be pretty easy, although that spring ball kind of screwing him up a little bit. Or easy for him, I should say. And gets it with no problem. So I wouldn't expect Nevdi to check too much down here. He wants grapple, I would have to guess. But he's not going to go out of his way to try to find it. There's no guarantee it's down here, so you don't want to be spending too long trying to find something that might not even be there, so... Yeah, Maisgueuh skipping Ice Beam. I don't mind skipping Ice Beam. It requires speed. And that means that it's a lot less likely to have something good at this point. Ooh, Nevdi falling down a little bit in Amphitheater. Not too bad, though. Need to be pretty careful in Lower Norfair without Screw Attack and with only Varia. It's very easy to take a lot of damage, as most of the enemies do 100 damage a hit. Ooh, Maisgueuh taking a flame hit. That's not something you want to do. Oh. Maisgueuh... not wall jumping. He's having a little bit of issues here. Hopefully he remembers how to do this. There we go. Don't jump too high. Okay. Maisgueuh's got it. It's a little bit worried there for a second. Looked like, I think, another super? No, that was just a missile at, Power Bomb's a shame. So, Maisgueuh and Nevdi are going to look a little bit closer than they actually are, because Maisgueuh has not checked Bubble Mountain yet. It'll end up actually slightly better routing for Maisgueuh, because checking Bubble Mountain on the way out of Lower Norfair is a little bit better than checking it on the way in. But the reason to check it on the way in is because if you find Gravity, then your Lower Norfair is much faster, or if you find something like Screw Attack. Nevdi entering the Ridley fight. And Maisgueuh, actually, another thing to keep in mind, Maisgueuh only has 36 supers. So what you're seeing him do right now, I think that he's trying to conserve supers, because he knows that he doesn't want to farm before Ridley. But he ends up having to burn some supers anyway, so he's probably going to have to do some farming down by Ridley. And Ridley down for Nevdi. Maisgueuh also needs to be very careful with his health. At 230 energy, that's about the equivalent of, like, just over an E-tank with Gravity Suit, so it's just not a super comfy time for Maisgueuh. And I actually very strongly disagree with Nevdi skipping that energy tank. I think that he's going to realize that as he's trying to get out. All of the enemies do so much damage. And when you're trying to get through 3 Musketeers at the end, just not having to worry about, oh, if I take too many hits, I'm gonna die, is a very good thing to be feeling. Nevdi taking 2 hits from those Disfigas, and this is kind of what I was talking about. He's gonna be able to take up to 2 hits from the Key Hunters. And he's not really gonna get bailed out with an energy tank at Fireflies. He might get bailed out at some other place. But yeah, this is pretty scary for Nevdi. And he's even... Oh no, Maisgueuh! And Maisgueuh takes a death. That is rough. I didn't even see where he died. He does have a wreck ship save, so at least he has something. And Nevdi almost dead too. So, that really is bad for Maisgueuh, obviously. Yeah, it's just bad. He can skip a lot of item checks, but it's not saving him that much time. And yeah, I bet Nevdi is very much regretting not picking up that E-Tank at this point. Got sniped by a flame with 3 energy. Oh, there's an E-Tank to bail Nevdi out. So instead of picking up the Ridley E-Tank, he's going to pick up this Jail E-Tank, which is significantly slower, but it will get him through Lower Norfair, so. What would have actually been pretty interesting for Maisgueuh here is if, after going back to that save, he decided to full clear wreck ship. And if he found gravity up there, then this could have actually been kind of interesting, but... But of course he doesn't know what Nevdi did. He doesn't know that Nevdi went down and that going up to the top of wreck ship would potentially salvage this for him, but it would have been interesting. And we'll see what's at 3 Musketeers just in this. The 2 Musketeers looked like they were hanging out. Oh, and this could be interesting for Maisgueuh too. If there's a suit at Edekun's Supers, that would make this race very interesting, if there's gravity there. I wonder how much of this Maisgueuh is going to check. He skipped Mission Impossible and Wave Gate earlier. And Spore Spawn, actually. He skipped quite a bit up here. It looks like Nevdi is going to Croc. I think this is what I would expect from Nevdi. Nevdi having a little bit of issues with his item select. Croc down for him. Just missiles at Croc E-Tank. And Nevdi putting Croc back on the screen, causing some lag. Some delicious flag frames. And very interesting, Maisgueuh electing to skip some supers. On 15 supers, that's a really interesting play. I think that he is feels so far behind that he feels like wasting time picking up ammo isn't going to be worth it. He just needs to find like a charge beam and like a reasonable beam combo, and then he... Oh, but there's Gravity Suit for Nevdi, and that'll probably be it for this game. Not a whole lot Maisgueuh can do at this point. It's not going to be anything at Edekun Supers that Maisgueuh really needs. So, unfortunate for Maisgueuh, but that's how Rando goes sometimes. And yeah, Nevdi bailing out of Croc makes perfect sense. Picking up that super, that should be either his last super or his second to last super. I don't expect that we'll see him pick up more than one more super after that. Um, Actually, maybe we would. If there's supers at Baboon E-Tank and at Precious, he might pick up both for the Dragon fight. Although I would expect him to farm after Baboon E-Tank, so I don't think he's gonna pick up anything from Precious Missiles. Another interesting play Maisgueuh could have done would have been to check X-Ray there. It's not an easy check, but you do have Ice and High Jump Boots to help you get through it. Yeah, I expect we're going to see Maisgueuh just go pick up that Varia suit. Nevdi enters Aqueduct. Nevdi getting through Botwood Speedway. Oh, interesting. Maisgueuh goes and picks up that space jump first, before going to Kraid to get his Varia suit. I wonder what he's thinking about to do this. Huh. So Maisgueuh skipping that Varia suit and going straight into the heated rooms. Yeah, not sure I really understand what he's thinking about in this situation. If you find a gravity suit at Bubble Mountain, you want to have that Varia suit so you can go straight to Lord Warfare. Oh, he's going straight to Croc. Even with this, I'd still probably prefer going to Kraid first, but he will find his gravity here, so... Yeah, I think that's pretty likely Usuria. I think that he might have just forgotten to go to Kraid. That would make the most sense to me. Gravity is at Croc Power Bombs. Maisgueuh is actually going to have a little bit of difficulty getting out after Croc. He should be fine, actually. 277 should be enough, but needs to be a little bit careful. He might want to farm up a little bit on the bugs next to Croc. Varia is at Kraid E-Tank. And Nevdi finds some supers at Precious Missiles, so... that should be the last supers he uses, or needs. Maisgueuh did have a death. He went to Lord Warfare with just Varia and High Jump, and he died, I believe, to one of those flames in Wasteland. Get to see a ammo kill from Nevdi on Dragon. And Dragon down. Nicely done. Yeah, I bet one hit KO with those flames would be a pain. And Nevdi checking Dragon. This is an interesting check. I'm not sure exactly what he's looking for there. He has 40 missile, 70 supers. That's plenty of ammo. Um, Speed can't be back there. Um, yeah, I don't think that there's really anything that he would want that much. Maybe he just wanted like an extra super pack to be super safe. Or maybe he's just used to playing Chozo, where Dragon always has good items. Maisgueuh now heading back to Kraid. We'll be picking up that Various suit and probably heading down to Floor Norfair afterwards. Nevdi heading out of Meridia will be heading to Wreck Ship. Hopefully he remembers to kill Fantoon. He did start to head towards Fantoon, so there is a real danger that he forgets they didn't kill Fantoon and goes to G4. He's far enough ahead that that wouldn't matter, but it would be funny. So I'm hoping we see it. Maisgueuh entering Kraid. He missed the quick kill on the first try, so we'll see if he gets it this time. And Maisgueuh does get it. Nicely done. And Nevdi unfortunately remembers that he did not kill Fantoon. Yeah, I think at this point, Nevdi's time will probably end up being pretty close to an hour. I think that he... I think that he probably feels actually a little behind. He feels probably pretty worried because he went through reverse meme route and it didn't pay off that much. Given that Varia was at Kraid and Gravity was at Croc. He did get high jump boots out of the deal, but that's not going to make up enough time if his opponent just went straight down. If I were Nevdi, I would still be feeling pretty good, though, because my opponent would probably have wanted to go up to get that high jump boots. Yeah, I don't really understand why Nevdi's checking either. My best guess is that he just wants another ammo pack, just to be super safe, but 4570 is a lot of ammo. I remember in his last race versus Maisgueuh, he actually almost lost because he was checking too much ammo. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it is just ammo. I know that one of Nevdi's weaknesses is that he doesn't know the exact numbers or like isn't super comfortable with the ammo kill on Mother Brain. So Fantoon down for Nevdi. So now all we have to do is kill Mother Brain from his side. Yeah, I think that if Nevdi did stand up, it would save like 4 seconds or something. Just because his beam combo isn't very strong. Yeah, I think it's just for comfort. That's which if you're not super comfortable with the Mother Brain fight, I completely understand checking more items. I think that Nevdi is a good enough runner that he shouldn't need to be making those checks. He shouldn't really be worried about Mother Brain at this point. Um, but just a lack of comfort has made him want to check more items and get more ammo, I think. Yeah, speed would definitely be worth it. I will say that. Um, speed would probably save. It would probably save about a minute, just because he could baby skip. He would be able to like speed through these blocks. He'd be able to speed down Terminator. He would have been able to speed through a lot of different areas. So it probably would even save a little more than a minute. Maisgueuh back in worst room in the game. Gets through all the pirates without killing any, so he doesn't waste any supers. Nicely done with that. Nevdi entering Torian. So let's get some predictions in chat. What times do you guys think that Nevdi's going to finish at? I'm going to start with about an hour and 45 seconds. No. Let's go with an hour and 55 seconds. Yeah. I think that makes more sense. Nevdi doing everything in his power to prove me wrong. Slowing down. 10101, 10116, 10130. I think my prediction is probably a little on the low side, but it could happen. So. Yeah, loves wearing Metroid hats. Nevdi not going to get this damage boost, I don't think. Yeah. Not that it really matters. We'll see if Nevdi decides to go for Baby Skip. I've been talking to him about it a little bit, and I've been telling him that it's not too bad without speed. But without any practice, it's not the easiest thing in the world to pull off. So. It looks like he's starting to damage himself down. He might still go for it, but yep, it looks like he's still gonna go for it. And he doesn't get it. So without speed, the first two jumps are like the hardest part of Baby Skip. After that, it basically becomes the exact same as a normal Baby Skip. So if you know the normal Baby Skip, it's actually a lot easier if you jump short on the first jump. It takes a lot more jumps after that, but it's pretty similar to a normal Baby Skip, so it's a good way to do it. Yeah, the super drops from Maisgueuh, yeah, they were pretty good. Nevdi having some issues with the Zeb skip, but he gets it. And Ridley's down for Maisgueuh. He will be checking the Ridley E-Tank item. We'll see if he picks up the E-Tank. And he does. That'll make his Lord Norfair escape super comfy. Nevdi firing some missiles into the wall, it won't really matter. He has so much extra ammo that he'll be fine. He's got 9 supers to spare. Mother Brain on the catch-up phase. And Mother Brain down. So as long as Nevdi doesn't damage himself down too much here, this should be his race to win. Looking at it now, my prediction I think is actually going to be pretty close. I think that whoever predicted 101 flat, no, OK Beamer predicted 10101. At this point, I think that prediction is probably the closest. And Maisgueuh checking jail item. I wonder if he's just trying to make up some time by finding like a weird speed that maybe Nevdi would have skipped. Maisgueuh died in Modern Warfare earlier. He did a Varia only Modern Warfare, and he died in Wasteland. So he was a little bit behind at that point, but it was still a pretty close race. And the key hunters are also both on the second level for Maisgueuh. That's kind of crazy that happened to both Nevdi and Maisgueuh. And Mother Brain 3 down for Nevdi. Guy misses for charge, interesting. I'll say somewhere in Meridia. I'll say Mama Turtle, the missile on the wall. For charge speed. GT Supers. Yeah, we didn't see the rest of Croc either, so charge could be kind of like grapple. And with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 9 seconds, Nevdi has finished in first place, and Maisgueuh has forfeited. So who was the closest to 10109? Looks like it was Jolly EK with a 10116. congratulations to Jolly EK. You have not won anything except for my congratulations to you. And it looks like we're going to have Nevdi joining us pretty shortly. We'll see if Maisgueuh also decides to join us. Looks like Maisgueuh will be once we get them in here. And we are joined by both Maisgueuh and Nevdi. GG's, you two.
Hey, GG.
Hey, GG.
I took so much bad decisions.
Did you I'm guessing you did ship?
What?
You played wreck ship, I'm guessing?
Yes, but didn't go to Attic. I just went way back after that.
Oh wow. That's what I was afraid of, that route. I was worried what was on your path, if like there was speed or charge or something.
No. I should bet on Croc before go to Lower Norfair.
Yeah.
When I was
same.
on the way to Lower Norfair, I was telling myself that I can't find Gravity. Why I'm going to Lower Norfair? I should at least clear Bubble Room or bet on Croc.
Yeah. I think the Rando League might have messed with our mindset there. I had a different reason for it, but yeah, definitely, I agree. I went down before Croc as well.
Yeah.
I definitely should have gone Croc too.
The difference have been really bad in execution and
Well,
and just died.
Yeah, I was looking for a grapple bailout as well.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. So most of my decisions that game was this potential for Suitless Meridia was so early.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I didn't do ship was because it was like really annoying to get across that moat. I think you actually saved me this match, our chap, prior to all this. But anyway, really annoying to get across the moat, and it had to be grapple or gravity to get you there anyway. So like, either of them puts me in Meridia Go mode anyway. So I didn't feel that ship had a value for me, and I was really prepared for a suitless Lower Norfair as well. So that's why I went down anyway.
I think that your biggest mistake, Nevdi, was not picking up Ridley E-Tank.
I know.
Croc.
Charge Beam was a Croc, oh wow.
And Plasma Torizo, but missile.
Unless there was a
so it was space locked.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy. Zeb, I spaced again. Muscle memory, any percent. I'm like, I got 4 tanks. This is heaps.
I pointed
on.
it out right as you
Aria,
skipped it. I was all like, he's gonna regret this so much. And then you're at like 20 some energy, leaving the Musketeer stairs.
Yeah, I don't really know what I would have done, to be honest. Like, because I know the manip with speed. If I don't have speed, I don't know the manip. So I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, Maisgueuh had an even rougher time though in Lower Norfair. He actually took a death in Wasteland to the flame there.
And where was the last save?
3 HP
before Wreck Ship E-Tank.
Oh, dude, that sucks, man. That's annoying.
Yeah, I was not on my best, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like it was a battle of the whoever stuffed up less.
Yeah, you were still a good bit ahead, Nevdi, but it was probably still like within a minute or two, like maybe a little more than that, like 2 or 3 minutes. But
well, Maisgueuh was 2 seconds off 2-0ing this, so I really think this could have gone either way this whole series. I feel very lucky to have gone here. This was a really tough one for a first opening. I think that we probably could have seen each other in quarters potentially. So pretty rough that we're knocked. Like there's no loser bracket or anything, because this was a really tough match, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, you were 2 seconds off sweeping, and you were in the next round. I guess that's just rando. That's just somehow how it is. Yeah.
Well, so good luck for the next one.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, and really, big GG, dude. Thank you. I'll do my best. I'll try and take it all.
Next, by the way.
Cheese Reaver for me.
Cheese, all right. Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm scared of Cheese. He does crazy things and it works.
Yeah, he does kind of crazy things, but also things that These are
It's just
actually
gonna break.
reasonably high percentage.
Oh yeah, they make sense. He's
Surprisingly,
just
like,
a no fear player, and I'm a fear
mhm.
player, so it's terrible. Eden's giving me flack. Anyway, I don't really have much. I gotta go. I'm in so much trouble in real life. I've never had a race at this time before. I gotta like get the kids ready for dinner and everything. But again, Magoo, GG. Thanks for doing restream, and Zeb, thanks for staying up for comms on this one. I wasn't expecting any restream or comms at this time, so really appreciate it, guys. Different crowd
Yeah.
tonight potentially. I'm looking forward to watching it back and skipping over the parts that I can't bear to watch again.
Yeah, same
No,
Zeb
no, you
for
have to watch all of my
documentaries.
drubbing of you.
I don't think I can take it. I'll let Magoo talk. Sorry.
Alright, goodbye.
GG.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Yep. GG.
GG.
And with that, we're gonna call it here. Thanks everyone for watching. It was an exciting race. So, yep. See you guys later.